Welcome to Mandala Unplugged Part 8. This week is a quick and easy little lesson, just nothing new to learn, but just a few things to add to our sides. So I just wanted to kind of use some photos to go through my process of this part of the mandala. So as you can see by the original drawing, the motifs that I used on the side were more numerous in pointing in the other direction than I actually ended up with in the textile. When I was realizing the vision of making the drawing into a textile, I sort of kept myself open to playing with the elements on the actual piece to see how they look best. And also, you kind of have to go, how many of these motifs do I actually want to make, and how many will actually fit by the time you get to your piece. So in this photo, you can see I was sort of playing with the templates, and you can go ahead and cut these out. They're marked Lotus templates, and again, they're on my website, myhrequilts.com. And I was playing with the placement and the direction of where I wanted to put these motifs. And so this is what I went with. To me, I got sort of an abstract lotus flower. I love the symbolism of the lotus flower. In many cultures, it reflects a spiritual awakening. But regardless of your spirituality, the lotus flower is great, like a cactus flower where it closes at night and opens in the morning with the sun, and symbolizes, the hope and a new day, which really resonates with me. So I thought, oh, the lotus flower is perfect. So that's what I went with. Of course, as you're cutting your templates out and you want to play with them, maybe you want to do different shapes, maybe you want to lay them out differently. That's completely fine. This is your mandala, and the best thing that you can do is just lay it out the way you think it's going to look. Snap a photo of it, digital photo, maybe lay it out in a different way, snap a photo, and do that 3-4 times. And that way you can kind of look at the 4 photos all together and choose the one that you like best. And just use your intuition here. Use the one that kind of makes your heart sing. You'll know. There's no wrong or right way to do it. There's a million different ways we can do one task. So you really, at this point, have to use your intuition, which is always the best. And that way you'll love your own piece. So then, once you have made your decision, you're going to go ahead and cut the fusible. So remember, we're going to mark the C and D templates with right and left, like we did in the corners, and outline them on the shiny side up. That way you're not having to reverse any of these fusible motifs. Then remember, I fell in love with that little wool plaid a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to use that as my lotus tip instead of my original plan of fabric A. I'm just going to use this wool. I think it'll be pretty. Then once you have all 8 of your pieces, it's really 4 of each, so it's 4D left, 4D right, 4C left, 4C right, and then 4 A's. You're going to fuse those onto the wrong side of your fabrics. And remember, here we're doing raw edge applique, so you don't have to leave that extra bit around, so you can put them as close together as you want to. Once all of your fabrics are fused, you can cut them out directly on the line right around the edge of your fusible applique, and then place them and pin them in place like I've shown here. And you can glue them in place, you can pin them in place. I just use one little applique pin until I get it started, and then I'll take the pin out. And I'm going to use the background thread that I did the extra quilting with last week, that sort of seafoam green. I want to get that color back in here. I have a lot of it, so I'm going to use that to blanket stitch these down like we did last week. And then once these are all down, this is what you're going to have. The main pieces of your mandala are now stitched down, so it's really exciting. We're just about done, so everything else is really embellishment. So next week, we're going to embellish them with a little bit of embroidery. So you'll need your beads, the rest of your embroidery flosses and threads. And then The week after that, I think I mentioned we are going to talk about how I came to this design, and then a few options that you might have to finish off your design. And then we'll just kind of keep the group going on Facebook. I will keep watch for your questions. It's very exciting to near the end of this project, and here we have this beautiful blooming mandala, and it is just in time for spring. So I love the timing of this, and I want to thank you all so much for staying with me and keeping me company on this little mandala journey. I've got more projects in the works, in mind, to create another group stitch along, because I just think this is so much fun. So enjoy your day, have a wonderful week, and we will see you next Sunday for the finishing of Mandala Unplugged.